Hey there YouTube, it's your boy Wrestling Optimus here, back with part 2 of my unboxing video. I'm going to be showing you the AEW Unrivaled figures that I did not actually unbox in the last video. I'm also going to be showing you some of the custom AEW figures that I've been using. And finally, I picked up a couple of figures yesterday, so why not open those up too? So, let's get started with these AEW Unrivaled figures. The first one we're going to do here is Kenny Omega. So, honestly, right out of the box, I love these figures. I love the feel of them. I think my only critique is the same that I've seen online a few places, which is that the skin tone is a little off. Basically, they're all incredibly pale, but that's a nitpick, right? The articulations are absolutely amazing. It's at least the same amount as a WWE Elite figure. But we also, for example, I've never even seen this, elbow articulations, as well as the great, this almost looks like the old Jax figures, torso articulation. This is what allows them to, for example, you'll see in a second here with the Young Bucks, allows them to do their poses and allows them to hit certain moves that, especially basics, but in some cases even the elites with WWE could never do. One other cool thing here, I noticed the hands, super easy to get on and off. He does come with the pointer for both the left and right. I put the pointer on the right hand there. And then he also has this gauntlet. And finally, the last piece here, pretty standard rubber clothing, but this is pretty cool. It clasps in the front there, and then on the back, it's got the single wing of the one-winged angel, of course. And you can see he's got the Omega sign on his butt. It says K Omega on the side, and I'm not really sure what this creature is. That a dragon, maybe? I think it's supposed to be perhaps a dragon right there. I already did the stand test and he's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. He stands right up, very sturdy, very stable. I gotta say the face sculpt is also amazing. So just all around, this figure is great, and that's going to be a running theme with these Unrivaleds. Next, we'll do the Young Bucks together. Here they are. I have one critique, and that is Nick's face. Nick's face is so derpy. But other than that, they are fantastic figures as well. I really like the detailing of the kind of fringe or whatever this is on the legs. Again, great articulations. These jackets they do Velcro in the front, but other than that, they're a really, really nice material. I'm not sure what this is. It's probably like a fake leather or something. But that's really awesome. They got tons of rhinestones here. You can see it says Young Bucks on these capes. If I took them off, which I don't think I've even done yet. So this is the first time I'm doing that. We'll get Matt up here with his mutton chops. And again, that great torso articulation allows them to do the Young Bucks pose. There we go. Flip that around. Again, absolutely fantastic. Face sculpt on Matt's good. Not so much on Nick. He's making a derpy face. Great figures as well. Let's do a stand test, just to be sure. Because with their flared out pants, sometimes the ankles can be a little weird. Nope, just as stable. Just as stable as the Kenny. Fantastic figures all around. Now, this one's going to be a little bit different. Here it is, Brandy. Lil Bran. She's got this really cool... in real life, it was a full body, but like this was like a nude color of some type. So it just looked like these snakes were wrapped around her arm. But here on the figure, since it blends in, it kind of looks like she's wearing a two-piece. She does have these heels, and so I was trying to stand her up before, and because of the heels, it's a little bit tricky, but I would say compared to, say, my old Lana or any of the other women I have of WWE with heels, it's a lot better. The ankles are way more stable, so once you do kind of find that sweet spot of putting the kind of weight of the figure over the heel and the toe, she does stand up really, really well. I will say my only critique on the face sculpt is it looks more generic. Like, Brandi's got a great look to her and a great face. It's kind of more unique than this. This seems a little more just generic light-skinned black girl, but the hair's good. The hair's really nice. It's not actually purple. It seems to be looking purple in the camera there. It's just black top to bottom. But yeah, another great one, and you just got to get a little creative on the standing of Brandi there. So now we're going to take a look at some of my custom figures. And the first one we're going to look at is, I got this Heidenreich, which if you put that head back on, over at a flea market back in my hometown. And what I decided to do was use it for a Darby Allin head. But I still got to, as you can see, paint half of it back to flesh tone, and then it'll look better. Then I'm going to use this body once I paint the legs red, and once I find a second Aleister Black, I'm gonna put that on there, and it's gonna look just like Lance Archer. I got that idea off Facebook. Somebody else did it. It looks amazing, so just trust me on that. Meanwhile, you might be wondering, where did I get the body for Darby Allin? Well, this is actually my old TJ Perkins figure. I figured it had sneakers, it had long pants, and it had kind of some taped up fists there, so it would work out great for a Darby Allin. Last thing I want to mention here, you can hear it rattling around. Obviously I don't have AEW belts yet for my figures, so instead what I use is some old belts from WWE that I no longer have use for. In this case, for the TNT title, I've decided to start using the old spinner. This is actually the Edge Rated R Superstar belt. And I think you might have seen in some of my old videos that I use and you might see tomorrow or tonight on Dynamite, but I use the UK Championship as my tag team belts because I happen to just have 4 of them through a weird series of events. So since I have so many, I decided to use them as my tag championships, and I'm using the Winged Eagle belt as my AEW championship. So then, what did I do with the TJ Perkins head? Well, I slapped it on an old Daniel Bryan body because it was the only body I had lying around with just basic trunks and no kind of markings or logos. And this is my new Sammy Guevara because he's got that awesome little like pompadour looking hairstyle, and you might have seen this in a couple of my recent videos. This is what I've been using. So just swapping some heads in and out, I managed to get me a temporary Darby Allin and a temporary Sammy Guevara. By the way, it was announced that Sammy Guevara is going to be in Series 4 of the Unrivaled collection. And then the last thing we'll do for AEW at least is these are some figures that are other people, but they look enough like AEW superstars that I figured why not. The first one you've definitely seen in some of my videos if you've been watching, teaming up with, ironically, my Rusev turned Miro, is this former Lana turned Penelope Cruz. I have 2 of these. I have the Chase variant, which is red, which is what Lana's been wearing to the ring lately, so I've been saving that for WWE. and using this blue one to represent Penelope Ford, because it's got the same kind of one piece, the long blonde hair, looks just like her in my opinion, so I've been using that. And speaking of women, since I only have a Vicky Guerrero and now a Brandy and a Penelope Ford, might as well fill it out a little bit more, and since she's been on TV, Jade Cargill, why not my old Alicia Fox? And the last one you may have seen on Instagram and in some of my videos, I happened to get this Mike Kanellis not too long ago, and or Mike Bennett, I guess he was before WWE, and he's got basic trunks. It does have a rose, but hey, that could be for anything. And he's bald with a beard. So guess what? John Silver. Super easy. Just have him pose like this. Johnny Hungee. And actually, John Silver, if you watch this, I've seen you. You've been liking my posts. You're the man. I'm going to keep using him because you seem to like it. Last but not least, I went to the store yesterday, Target specifically, and 2 new figures. First of all, Buddy Murphy. Now, I've been eyeing up his Elite figure, but it's too much. I haven't seen it for the normal roughly $20 in stores. I've only been seeing it for $30 or more online. I'm not going to pay that, even though it has really cool, those ripped up shorts. Instead, basic Buddy Murphy. Hey, $10, can't beat that. Let's let it breathe. Alright, so first things first, the face is a little bit jankety, but I will say this, there are a couple of them in the store, and this was the least derpy looking, so it's not terrible, but I mean, he's got a little bit of derp to him. Still, nice red hair though in the hair color. It's a basic body, basic guy with long black. It does say the Disciple, which is interesting because obviously he's not going to be under that anymore, but it also just says Murphy. It does not say Buddy, so that's cool. Gonna do the stand test, and you know, I kind of knew this going in because I saw it within the packaging. One leg is longer than the other, so he tilts a little bit to his right, my left. However, it's not that noticeable actually. I thought it was going to be far more noticeable than it is. It's just a slight tilt, and otherwise he's super stable. So hey, passes the stand test for me, and now I have a Murphy to go along with my Rey Mysterio or Seth Rollins if he doesn't go away to take care of his new baby. Congratulations, Seth. And next up, Edge. I do not have an Edge yet. Since he's back, why not? Let's let it breathe. Alright, so I recently saw a video where Matt Cardona was critiquing the tattoos on various Edge, Zack Ryder, and Kurt Hawkins figures. And it was really interesting. So, I cannot speak to any authority like he can with regard to Edge's tattoos and this particular getup and whatnot. What I will say is this is the Chase variant. I did not like the regular one, and luckily there were 2 of these Chases there. I love this red and black look. I think this is fantastic. The other one's face was so bad. I don't know what was going on with that, as like a manufacturing error or something. But this one, not half bad. It's a little derpy still. Let me see if I can get that into the camera. But it's not as bad as the other one in the store. And I still get the Chase variant. So here we go. Time to do the stand test. Let's see how well they stand up. Alright, it's pretty good, pretty good. Again, I think the one leg is a little bit shorter, so he has the slightest tilt to the same side, to his right, as the Murphy, but otherwise very, very stable. So I'm liking both of these, Murphy and Edge. Have another legend to add to the collection, and if he does end up wrestling at either Royal Rumble or WrestleMania again in 2021, I'll have an Edge to do a review about that. That's my part 2 of my unboxing. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to do all the normal YouTube stuff. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share these videos around with all your friends, especially those pro wrestling and action figure friends. Check me out on Twitter at PSU Optimus or over on Instagram at Wrestling Optimus. Until next time, I will catch you later.